Hello, welcome to Yarn Creations channel. This is just a quick one to show you what I'm doing with my scraps. These scraps has been bothering me for quite a while. I had quite a few small little leftover nuggets like this, these two, that side, and then I've still got this as well. It will not be enough, but then I can add half skeins or skeins that has been wounded in yarn cakes and not been used, or not a lot of been used. I will then add them at the end because I want to make this really big. So the pattern I'm using is Bouquet by Marie-Christine Lévesque. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Her shawl is a 2-color brioche half circle shawl. Now I've had a half circle shawl on my mind for quite a while now. Something that I can use to wrap myself in winter. It must be like a blanket. I don't want to knit another blanket, but I want to knit a blanket that I can wrap myself in when it's cold. And a few days ago, I just thought of the idea of maybe brioche is the answer. I've tried quite a few different things with these yarns. They've been knitted and frogged and knitted and frogged, as you can see. And I was just not happy. I tried 2 strands, but it was not comfortable, a bit too thick for me to knit with. So then I realized, what about brioche? Because that will give me the squishy, soft, warm fabric I want, but I'm only working with 1 strand at a time. But I wanted to be quite mindless. Well, 2-color brioche is, I think I'm advanced enough with 2-color brioche that it can be mindless for me, but I just didn't want to do the 2-color brioche, although I think that this scrappy shawl, brioche scrappy shawl will be perfect in 2-color brioche as well. So I'm doing the bouquet, but in with only 1 color. So 1 color flat brioche is you knit flat 1 row and then you turn. In 2-color brioche, you have to knit 1 row, then slide your knitting back to knit with the other row. I'm not doing that. I'm not sliding back, so I'm not burping. That's brioche knit. I'm not doing a brioche pull. I'm not doing any brioche pull. In a 1-color flat brioche, you only use the burp, the brioche knit, and the slip with yarn over. That's all that you use. So that's all that I'm using, but I'm at some stages working with 3 strands or with 4 strands that are waiting for me at the end of the row. So, and I did make a little mistake with my increases. So as you can see, mine is a little, this is not straight. And it is because I did my increases too quickly. And I was just a little bit confused of how to treat the 1-color brioche. But I know now that I have to treat it the same way as the 2-color brioche, the same interval of increasing. But I quite like this shape because I think it will even wrap around my body more comfortably. So I'm not unhappy. It's a happy mistake, if I can call it that. So you can see there's some increases. I did increases there and increases there. This is actually the wrong side. Let me just turn it around. Sorry for my arm. That was in front of the camera, but this is now the side on which I do the increases. So these increases, these increases, these increases. Now I'm just knitting a lot of rows until I come to the next increase. So what I wanted to show you is that because I have sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Now, best is to have 3 colors that you're using with, if you want to, that you work with 3 colors at one stage. So if you want to mold them in, or melt, mold is when you use 2 strands held together. So I'm only using 1 strand at a time, and I knit a row, and then I turn, and then I knit back. So it's only brioche knit and slip yarn over. So best is actually to have 3 colors, 1 color that you are working with, and then 1 waiting on each side. So for example, say I didn't have this blue one, I only had this, and I'm now knitting with, say for instance, the pink, and I've got that one waiting for me. So I'm knitting with the pink 1 round, then I turn my work, and then I go back with this one. So that pink one will then wait there. I'll take this one and knit with it back after I've turned, and when I reach the end of the round, this one will be waiting for me. Then I leave the green I will be on this side then, and then I knit with this one, turn and knit with this one, and the pink will be waiting for me on that side. And that's how you can create your own colors, but with only brioche knit and slip 1 yarn over. So there's no sliding of the yarns, sliding of the stitches to the other end, and so you don't have to knit each row twice with different colors. You knit the row, turn around, and then take another color and knit back. So 3 colors is the minimum if you want to do it that way. You can do it with, I've got 4 at the moment. So this green is that and the pink is that side. So the one that I'm not using, so when I knit, for instance, with the green to that side, then I can decide which one I want to use, if I want to alternate between these 2. And the one that I'm not using, I'm just carrying it inside the I-cord, so it stays neat. I actually quite like this shape, so I will have to write down how I wrongly did my increases too quickly to get this kind of shape. So, and this shape is called a half pie or a half circle shawl. So then you can see now how you are actually making your own colors. On both sides are quite pretty, and you are alternating the colors, and that way you are not having stripes. If you are knitting, say, the front and the back with 1 color, and then pick up your other color and knit back, front and back again, you will get a more of a stripy effect in your shawl. That could also look nice, but if you have one color waiting on each side that you alternate, then it breaks up the stripy effect, I think. I'm quite enjoying playing with my little merino single leftovers in this way, and I'm happy that I finally found a project that works for these yarns. So if they are done, I will just go, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one because this is actually part of a set, so I might put it back. I took it out for something that I didn't that I frogged. So I might put this back with the set. It's not a habit. It was 50 gram. She had like 3 skeins, 50 gram skeins that matched from light to dark. So I might put this back and see what else I have in my stash that I can use. But I want to make it really like a big schlanket, as Stephen West says, that I can wrap around me when it's cold. So this will be a lot of knitting because brioche is slower than, say, for instance, garter stitch. But I don't mind. I just wanted to find a project for these leftovers because they were just lying around, and I'm one of those people. I can't put away little bits of leftovers. I want to use it. I want to use my scraps, and I want to make something with it. So I'm happy now that this will be, I think, a nice project to work on, and I will probably just knit up these small little nuggets, and then it might get a little bit too big for the hot weather that we have at the moment still. So I can put it away and know that I've got a project that makes me happy and that brings me joy. So I think the Bouquet shawl pattern is a very nice, easy knitting pattern for even beginners in brioche, because there's not a lot of patterning happening. There's not brioche lace, only the increases, and that is just a knit yarn over knit. That's all that's in the increase, and I love the patterning that is happening with these kind of brioche stitches. So sorry for the needles making a noise. Just want to show you the fabric is very squishy and thick, not thick, but very squishy, and not thin, much squishier than when you are only using one strand of merino singles. So I think I'm happy with what I am creating here. I hope that helps you in maybe using your scraps in different ways. If you are not certain that they are going to work well together, this is always a method that you can use to melt the different colors in so that they can happily go together. So I know the pink is a little bit out of the color range that I'm using, but this little, what is left, is got small little pink speckles in it. I think you can see it. Let me just show you. There you can see one of the pink speckles. See if I can find more there. There's another pink speckle. So I thought I can just bring in the pink for a little pop. and then go on with the greens and grey, and then some much darker colors. I would like for the shawl to have in quite a wide dark edge. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Have a nice day. Goodbye.